over from pastors. We were having a good time. Child pastor then got him a old nasty piece of blessing, honey. The cookies are in town, honey. Pastor's over there test tasting some cookies. And so he can get his affiliation link. And I am so proud of him. And the girls are mad because I've been over there at his channel, and child, they are really mad. Like they are gathering more people. They didn't gathered what's her name? They didn't gathered what's a dragon? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, they didn't gather dragons up over there. I said it's a lot going on, baby. It's definitely a lot going on, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying every minute of it. Yep, I'm enjoying every minute of it. I really need to go in there and get my phone stand so I could prop it up. But you know what? Back to dragons. Like I don't think that she should be I don't think that she should be a judge, to be honest. I don't. She just does too much. Yes, we are on our way. Damn, that was quick. Yeah, that was quick. 214 is what we need. We need 214 to get to 7K on our main channel. But I'm just here chilling with y'all, having a little chitty chat. We were just over at Pastas, and I don't know. I'm just more relaxed and reserved today, child. I'm just trying to take in the day, trying to take in all the blessings. Um, like he said, he's got. I want to say it's a collaboration or or ambassador. I guess he's gonna be like an ambassador for this company or an influencer. But see, look, I am. Hold on, let me see, because I think he's at like 9K. I think like when you get to 10K on your platforms, then you can start like applying to be ambassador at places, so you can get your coin too. Uh huh. Yeah, I just wanted to come on here and shoot the stuff with y'all right quick, just because I need to be going live as much as I can, as many times a day as I can. I need to be going live. Yep. I've been seeing the people have been talking about the queen. I'm just like, we're just trying to have a good time over here on the YouTube streets. That's it. That's all. And I'm about to start getting back into my celebrity news too. Like, I ain't gonna tell y'all how excited I was to be on today. Ooh, and actually, um, oh, child, get into this.
Of Cardinals on this incredible historic day. It is one of great joy for Catholics in the Philadelphia area and around the world with the election of Pope Leo XIV. Ironically, I was on a plane headed back home to Philadelphia from Rome when the news broke, and I heard firsthand from one of my staff here that sent me a text. It was actually Ken, sent me a text, and it said Cardinal Robert Prevost, Leo XIV. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. An American Pope. Couldn't believe it. It was an unexpected surprise to have a Pope from the United States and one with such close ties to the Catholic Church in Philadelphia. Everyone knows by now that the new Holy Father was an undergrad at Villanova University. And from what I understand, they are just going nuts over there at Villanova over this. He was there in the late 70s. I'm sure everyone in Wildcat Nation is bursting with incredible excitement to see one of their own as the Pope. Rightly so, right? What people may not know is that a very young Robert Prevost worked at St. Denis Parish in Havertown at the cemetery. He worked there as a groundskeeper when he was a college student. So the present Pope worked for the Archdiocese of Philadelphia at one time. Isn't that amazing? I got to know Pope Leo XIV personally during my time working together with him and other cardinals and archbishops when I was appointed to the Pontifical Commission for Latin America by Pope Francis, who also appointed him president. And little less than a year ago, it was actually June, will be a year, I spent a week in meetings with him and had dinner with him. So I got to know him personally a little bit. And what I found him to be was to be super approachable, very gentle, very kind, soft-spoken, almost unassuming, but with great responsibility on his back, and now even more. So when I heard that now this Augustinian, religious Augustinian missionary who spent so much time in Peru and Latin America had become the Pope, aside from the fact that I couldn't believe that it was an American, that I actually got to know him a little bit during that week and share a meal with him. So I'm super excited. We have a Pope that's a pastor, has a shepherd's heart, not just for Catholics, but for everybody. For everybody. He is brilliant. He has a great intellect. And while being an American, and in a lot of ways a Latin American as well, he has a real global perspective, gained through his long service in the church for many years, and in many ways. He was superior of the Augustinian order, a missionary bishop, and had key administrative roles in the Vatican. He was cardinal prefect of the dicastery for bishops. So he got to know bishops all over the world. So he's well known and extremely respected, as it's obvious that a conclave comes to a conclusion in less than 2 days. He understands what it means to be a bishop, what it means to be a shepherd, not just from one country, but for the world. For the world. Intuitively, he grasps the rich diversity of the Catholic Church and the unique needs of the people, with an ability to tackle many serious challenges that people face internationally. His papacy will be marked by a desire to have the church face outward. You already spoke about that the church has to be missionary, carrying that spirit of missionary disciples that Pope Francis had given the church as a great gift. He will inspire genuine Christian encounter and meaningful dialogue with people. All of his actions will reflect Christ, the compassionate Christ, the love of Christ. He began his remarks speaking about God's love for everyone and a deep desire for peace, recognizing that the world, more than ever right now, needs peace. So today we experience this day with great joy in our hearts, and we lift up our prayers of thanksgiving to Almighty God for giving us the Pope that we need so quickly in Pope Leo XIV. That name, Leo XIV, takes us back to a Pope that spoke about the workers and labor, human labor. A Pope that gave us that wonderful phrase in our Catholic tradition that everything that we do as church has to have a preferential option for the poor. So you will see Pope Leo XIV speaks so much about reaching out to the poor and the marginalized as well. So as a Catholic family, we stand ready to loyally and with fidelity to serve our Holy Father as missionary disciples here in Philadelphia, and relying on the Holy Father's wisdom to guide us with this pastoral heart. Thank you so much for being here.
Take questions. If you could identify your name and the outlet you're representing for the Archbishop, that would be extremely helpful. We'll start with AFP, because you had your hand up first.
Thank you very much from AFP, Agence France Presse. I was just wondering, is Augustinian? I think a lot of people in the world today discover this word. What does it really mean to be Augustinian?
Augustinian was, the Augustinian order, friars, were founded by St. Augustine back in like the 4th century or something like that. And it's an order that focuses a lot on mission. He speaks about hospitality, right, about loving and caring, and about the conversion of heart, right, that St. Augustine went through in his own life. St. Augustine discovered in his life that the human heart was made for God, and it would be restless until it finds its rest in God. So coming from those Augustinian roots, I'm sure Pope Leo is going to call the world to find rest for restless hearts, but to find it in God.
Myers for the Philadelphia Inquirer. I was wondering, how does it feel for you that this is the first American Pope, and especially being from, like, having had roots in Philadelphia?
Proud in the best sense of the word. In the best sense of the word. Thrilled, surprised, but absolutely thrilled that the Lord has given us a Pope from the United States, the very first one. We've had a lot of firsts in the last couple of years, right? The first Latin American Pope, and now the first American Pope, but also with profound Latin American roots. He spent many, many years working as a missionary and a bishop in Peru as well. And he talked about that today and spoke to the people of his diocese in Peru. So it's a great day of joy. A great day of joy and again, a sense of being proud in the best sense of the word.
Vic, KLAW.
Yeah, Vic. What was the atmosphere like in Rome during the conflict?
It was one of expectation, right? Everybody was standing around St. Peter's Square looking at the chimney and see what would happen, and a great sense of when would it be, great excitement for this moment. We had all gone through the somber sadness of Pope Francis's passing. I was privileged to be at his funeral mass, which is just amazing. But the days leading up to the conclave and when the conclave began, a great sense of expectation and excitement and joyful excitement, really joyful excitement.
Can I please ask you two parts? First of all, just your reaction to what you heard about the case come back, and second of all, given your relationship to the Pope, what you think we can expect from his papacy, given your personal knowledge of him?
My reaction was, an American? Wow. And I know him. Wow. That was my, and it took, I have to say, sitting on that plane, it took me a little while for it to sink in and kind of internalize that reality. And gratitude to Almighty God for giving us just a wonderful man of God, a man of faith, a man of the world, as our Pope.
Jason Orgy from Catholic Philly. I had a chance to talk with a couple of Augustinian bishops from different parts of the country who spoke about just how present he was to them, as one who was having to have a happenstance conversation that lasted 10 minutes. The other was his spiritual mentor. And just how seen they felt. I feel seen when I talk to the snake. How much did you get a chance to experience that aspect of him? How much have you been able to observe it? And how will that, you think, affect and color his papacy?
I would echo that experience, without a doubt. He arrived a little early to a dinner that we were having, actually at an Augustinian house, right near the Vatican. And when he speaks to you, he listens, and you almost get the sense that you're the only person in the world at that moment. So I could certainly echo that experience of those Augustinian novices, that when he's present, he's very present. And he listened and asked me questions about what I did here in Philadelphia. And he told me about his presence here and his experiences here in Philadelphia. But again, in a very, it's like two priests talking, two human beings talking.
Anybody else in this room?
Can I ask a follow-up question? Given his roots with the Peruvian community and the Latino community, what do you think his stance is going to be now when it comes to immigration, the immigration crisis in both Europe and the U.S.?
I'm sure he's going to be extremely supportive and an advocate for immigrants all over the world, for migrants all over the world, calling all leaders in the world to respect the dignity of migrants and immigrants in each of our countries. I'm sure that's going to be very front and center for him. He knows that world very well.
Could I just follow up with that and ask a bit about your experience of his time in Peru and how that must have marked him as a religious figure, and how that might mark his papacy going forward?
Like all of us, we are marked by the experiences that we have, and as a priest even more so, right, in a lot of ways, because you're in contact with the lives of people day in and day out, with their joys and their struggles, and that really forms your heart. So I'm sure that his experiences as a missionary in Peru has profoundly marked who he is and how he feels and how he will act. It was very evident today when he spoke from that balcony at St. Peter's Square, where he called out his Peruvian diocese in their language, in Spanish, which he speaks fluently. He speaks about 5 languages fluently. This guy's brilliant.
You talk about Villanova University at the very beginning. What is special with this university? Because it seems to be a place where maybe as Augustinus, he changed himself. So what is very important in that place?
It follows the Augustinian charism, right? And the Villanova University really centers on the Augustinian charism given to them by St. Augustine. And also our Catholic faith and our Catholic identity, right? So what's distinctive about this university is its Catholic identity, which is very strong at Villanova University, and dressed up as an Augustinian.
Anybody from local TV, or are you saving it for your one-on-ones? Okay. Anybody else? Okay, we're going to start one-on-ones.
Okay, thank you so much.
On January 23rd, 2025, the Dayton International Airport Police Department was called to the scene to the Amazon warehouse for reports of a potential trespass with an employee. The following shows the body-worn camera footage of what happened during the incident.
Not scheduled. Okay. All right, well, I'm just going to shadow you until you figure out where she's at. Is that okay? Yeah. All right.
Hey, Alex, what is your location? Copy that. I am heading your way.
How long has she been employed here?
She was a
All right, y'all.